Welcome back to the second video in which we're going to answer all the questions about Unit 2. بقول لك when he shook my hand. طبعا ما ينفعش shake عشان he المفروض كانت تبقى shakes. The guy told us the first penta fortune ثروة. The mother of the bride مامة العروسة. The storm cut off the electricity, so we had to use candle. The man was to Pip grateful. If you don't the sauce, it won't be smooth. Stir the sauce. He was that he had lied. He was ashamed. The bride wore a long veil. Oliver's mother died of a broken heart. The protagonist had a heart of stone. تاني exercise هيقابلك في الشيت ده. I have been studying. As soon as I arrived home, I realized that I had lost. Hardly had she written. My friend refused. After my friend, I realized that I forgot to give him the address after I had invited. His clothes were dirty because he has been mending. I met Sally yesterday. I her since she left our village. I met Sally yesterday. I hadn't seen. It wasn't until he had arrived. It wasn't until الإكسبريشن ده بيجي بعد منه past perfect وبعد كده that وبعد كده past simple. She had been sleeping all day before her mother awoke her. As soon as we arrived at school, the first lesson had begun. بعد كده advanced exercise on the vocab. I asked my friend and followers to their opinions on my new book. To contribute their opinions. يساهموا بآرائهم. Stop shouting at referees, Ahmed. You are all with them against our team. Prejudicing them. We tried to our old flat to be Ahmed's private clinic. We tried to qualify. I don't like the image of the homeless as criminals. Stereotyped. Which of the following is correct? Using mobile is contributory in 30% of road accidents. Using mobiles is a factor which is contributory in 30% of road accidents. Using mobiles is a contributory factor in 30% of road accidents. C. By 1999 Mr. Muhammad had done. لما الاقي by و past date اخد past perfect. By 1999 Mr. Muhammad's postgraduate studies have been finished. هي بس الجملة passive. When I saw Mr. Ayman in London last year, he there for 3 years already had lived. Ahmed was angry because Sama, his tablet, had broken. بعد كده هيقابلك الاكسرسايز ده. This time بس yesterday I 3 coffees I had drunk ولا was drunk ولا have drunk ولا had been drinking. This time, but yesterday I had drunk 3 coffees. A small screw, I fastened the switch using. My laptop worked well. Having fixed, fixing, having been fixed. Number 4, cooked for an hour. لما الاقي كده verb في past simple من غير subject، السنتنس التانية برضو بتبقى في past simple. هنا في mistake بسيطة، المفروض دي تكون was. In the sun, the shirt was ready to be ironed, having dried in the sun. Nobody in our office is as hardworking, more hardworking, as hardworking هاني. as hardworking متعادة في A و D. و hardworking more hardworking is hardworking. Which do you think is city in the world the most exciting? My English at university inspired me lecturer. Yasmin Yahya Mustafa is a great role model. It's a stereotype. Tariq worked very hard for many years and he has now qualified as a doctor. Our volunteers have all made contributions. Albert Einstein is perhaps the most famous physicist. Taha Hussein wrote his autobiography. Katie, 12 years old, had an accident on a broken swing. We are celebrating 3 remarkable. Those women demonstrate is the quality of trying to do something even when it's difficult, determination. Is a Japanese fighting sport del karate. Samira Musa made عشان contribution بتاخد make. In an interview after the match, she said she was proud of. Tickets are available. She received a to study at the University of California in the United States scholarship. She obtained PhD. After her death, she was with the word of President Sadat's first class. She was honored. 2 is to give someone a particular position, rank. That is someone whose job is to prepare medicine in a shop or a hospital. Pharmacist. Yasmin is a role model. 4. She moved from Damietta to Cairo to attend. Yasmin's winning invention was Sparket. Burning rice straw. STEM schools give students the confidence to innovate. What impact do you think these women have had on? The nuclear energy project will help Egypt generate. Who is the most inspiring? The dealer takes 20% commission. A is a competition where there are a number of people competing, tournament. In tennis, you play on a court. The first round. In an interview after the match, she said she was proud of. Mayar became the first Egyptian woman to win a match. Our handball team can compete and beat. Muhammad Salah طبعا the star. Do you think the mental side? She has received a big reaction. Israel always puts obstacles, عقبات. What Katie did, the inspiration. Katie 12 years old عملت حادثة على broken swing. A tomboy. She always argues with. Her cousin encouraged her to be. She must make. They presented their ideas at an international STEM fair. Girls often get better grades. Do you think men and women have equal? The paragraph shows the percentage. Each drop of water is very significant. Antonym majority is minority. Latvia is a country which has 75% of female doctors, يعني 3/4. We use, however, yet, we, while to show contrast. In conclusion, at the end. In conclusion, the most surprising about the graph figures. Egypt aspires an economic development. In other words, it's especially interesting to tell the very low number. I'm sorry, to note, يلاحظ. Laptops are becoming more and more. فين هي؟ She was astonished of seeing. You shouldn't have invited John to the party. He is boring man. Mike has much more money. A few more people. The less fat you eat. The white flower is pretty, but I think the red one is even prettier. I don't read as many books. Azza is the most intelligent. London is more beautiful than. The Red Sea is not so big as. Climbing is the most. The patient is slightly better today. The Nile is the longest. That's the least interesting. I liked it so much. عجبه يبقى the most. ما فيش adjective أخذ the best book. The Indian Ocean is not so deep as. Yesterday I was sick, today I feel better. John is sicker than. The boys are happier today. My sister is 2 years younger than me. Do you know what the slowest animal? I think spring is the most beautiful season. Math is more important to me. Helen is ballet dancer. The best ballet dancer. That test was more difficult than. Tom has got the longest message. English is easier for me than. My phone is more expensive than. Last winter was colder, the coldest winter. Pam's mobile is more beautiful than. This car is the newest car. What continent is larger? Do you know who the fastest woman in the world is? Mary is cleverer than. Who is the worst runner? This is the hardest test. He wasn't as helpful as. He's not so reliable as. My flat is less big. You didn't do as much work. My friend is wealthier than. My car is less small than. Nobody here is as efficient as. It was foolish of her. في نقط هنا. Mobiles are more and more popular. French is much easier than. Students enrolled in our course last year, few more students. The less fat. I don't read as many books. This car is not as old as my car. Ahmed is the best student. Arabic is the easiest subject. Challenger Deep is the deepest part of all oceans. Everest is higher than. This film is the most interesting film. This is the end of the second video. والفيديو اللي جاي إن شاء الله نحل يونت 3 كله. السلام عليكم.